Looking to lend a little hand this holiday season? Do your part in helping out those in need. You might want to consider getting involved on some level with Operation Secret Santa. Here's a quick overview. Formally kicking off on December 15th, Operation Secret Santa, that's hashtag OSS, is a world grassroots, strictly people-driven, Christmas charity, telethon-styled internet campaign. Referral marketing, or what's otherwise known as word of mouth, drives the project's big red sleigh, with all money, donations, and the like going directly to the needy who are selectively sponsored. The four main categories of participants we're looking for include 1. Live streaming web show hosts, speakers, producers, and performers. 2. Operator matchmaking elves, making their lists and checking them twice. 3. Secret Santa sponsors. And 4. People in any place around the world living in need, worthy of a little Christmas hand up. This year's organizers are presently working on mobilizing and building upon last year's preliminary success, with donation levels capped at a suggested price value limit of $1,000. If you've any further questions, be sure to drop by WPRPN.com or check out our groups on both Facebook and Minds.com via a keyword search of simply Operation Secret Santa, hashtag OSS.
Merry Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas!
Welcome, everybody, friends, folks, foes, and fellow pirate mateys, to our latest edition of this year's Operation Secret Santa 2025 Christmas charity, relief, outreach, and consciousness-raising campaign, or, if you will, even, of course, telethon. Not quite 12 days of Christmas, but we reckon close enough. Hopefully you get the idea. So, and not anywhere near the train wreck introduction that we had yesterday as far as the audio end of things is concerned. So that's good to take note of. I myself, your host as always, the Robin Hood's Chief Communications Officer, Jaffe Ryder, WPRPN.com, the website. You'll want to drop by if you want to learn more about what the network is all about, what essentially makes us tick, where we're headed, what we've envisioned, and what this campaign essentially embodies. This is nothing like Secret Santa as is conventionally known or practiced in the West. Let's get that straight right off the top. Really important to emphasize. We are with WPRPN's Operation Secret Santa completely revamping, remolding, reinventing. Oh, imagine that. How bold, how brash, how visionary. We were struck. It was a bolt of lightning from out of the blue. If you want to know the truth, folks, the backstory of its origins, we'll lay it right out there for you in the open. So, limited only, though, to offices or families and friends. No. I'm sorry. That's great, but we could do better. That's a little too much in the way of inward looking. What we're doing is looking out rather than looking in. On Christmas season, we're looking out and trying to selectively sponsor, as you heard hopefully there in the introduction, people who are in need, who we determine to be basically with their story, with their situation, that they warrant our support in whatever capacity that may take. Starting, as always, of course, with monetary donations. And by the way, we have nothing to do with that whatsoever. You heard $1,000 donations. That's not to us. That is if a suggested cap limit of $1,000 donations if you're helping somebody else out. Job connections are also always on the table. Something to think about if you taking on the role of the Secret Santa sponsor. A lot of people out there willing to work, like Stephanie Wilcox, who we had on board last night. Quite the pleasure that was, obviously, to finally connect with her via Harpersville, New York, out of the Syracuse, New York region. So if anyone out there listening has any house renovation skills or knows of anyone in the area of Syracuse, Harpersville, with any house renovation and in particular roof patching skills, they can assist Stephanie, her disabled vet husband, and family of 3, unfortunately, autistic children. I never got around to asking her, as I was going to, just the timing wasn't quite right, and then it just completely slipped my mind, whether, in fact, as young, children, infants, or whatever age it may have been, she had her children vaccinated. Can we say that via, live streaming here via YouTube without getting shut down? I don't know. Not huge fans of YouTube at all, frankly. So, thank you, Amos Dale, for connecting with us here over on D Live. Looks like DK Spiracy may be there as well, perhaps. Although then again, we could be seeing things. The Red Cross. If we've said enough on regarding this earlier business of selectively sponsoring people, looking out rather than inwardly, and that is the central to the Christmas spirit. It would seem, with real, true, authentic, genuine generosity, that you look outwardly rather than take a more selfish and perhaps self-interested approach, as great as it is to help out friends, family, and co-workers with the standard Secret Santa approach. This, once again, nothing like that whatsoever. Completely revamping, re-envisioning, and remolding, and really actually optimizing, working to optimize, and through this open source approach, people-powered campaign. If folks out there have any better suggestions or ideas how they would do things, if they were in the driver's seat, let us know. Pirate1radio@protonmail.com. That's pirate, the numeral 1radio @protonmail.com. We'll definitely, lend an ear, take heed of what it is that you've got to say. And there's a very good chance you could find your suggestions incorporated into helping to better refine this sacred seasonal elixir, magical elixir, that we've been working on perfecting over the past now 10 plus years. So, are we the Red Cross, Salvation Army, UNICEF, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Bush Clinton, Katrina, Hurricane Relief Fund? Are you kidding me? They're all about the money, folks. They're all about the money, if you haven't noticed. 90 cents on the dollar is what they eat up. I think to say absorb is a little too generous even, but they completely consume It's a scam, frankly, a total scam. Why we cannot have more people out here on the front lines, essentially, working to facilitate these peer-to-peer connections. I don't know, kind of the way that blockchain works, peer-to-peer. So it can be done, and I think over time you will find it will be done, but this is where it's all starting, and it's growing. We've watched it grow now over the past 10 years plus. So it's great. That's all because of you, the listeners, and the people that we've got on board here. We're going to be introducing quite just in a few brief moments. There's a couple other talking points we could get to as far as the structure, the nature, the format of things, the way you can engage, reach out, and we'd like to hear more of your stories. For example, we've got a few to share here, as we have up to this point this year. All things Christmas go. Yule, of course, whether you're a Christian, a pagan, someone who just self-identifies maybe as an atheist or agnostic, it doesn't matter. Not to us, it doesn't. Those damn Satanists, though, I tell you, it's they just don't have the courage. We're calling them out. We're challenging them. Just step up. Be more forthright, but they'd rather just hide for some peculiar reason. Would love to have Anton LaVey on if he were still around. His daughter can be found. She's out there, although she has disavowed the whole satanic, as it were, left-hand path. So there we go. But yeah, let's now maybe turn our sights to who we do have on board here as part of tonight's roundtable. Maybe this afternoon's, as it were, as far as South Korea is concerned. Out of Australia, Newcastle, Australia, Amosdale 777. Over in the States, we've got Roger Hansen, someone who calls West Frankfort, Illinois home. So boots on the ground, folks. Reach out to us, and you too can become those boots on the ground. Tran, Toronto, Vietnam Tran out of Toronto. Not that he's a tranny necessarily, far from it. He's a pretty, dedicated, seriously practicing Catholic. And Otto Excelsior, we've noticed, has expressed an interest in what we're doing. They've tagged us and left some very supportive comments over on mine. So shout out to them, along with Bob Dub. And geez, there's just, there's a growing list of folks that we will, when we wrap things up, we'll include them. There's the number of the people who have, and to one extent or the next, helped to make this year's campaign a success. But once again, boots on the ground, and maybe we can, when we get around to talking to Roger here, he's maybe I got a clearer sense of where Otto's based out of. Yvonne Malenfant, someone who calls home Coquitlam, British Columbia. So he's going to be dropping by, hopefully, here in just a short while. He's busy with friends right now. And Alan Tankman Fredrickson, let's not forget about him. Via Fort Collins, Colorado. So, gentlemen, let's have all of you, if you would, open up your mics, connect with us here, and have at it. Introduce yourselves, maybe a little more.
Howdy, folks.
A little more detail. Who is Alan, Aussie Alan, and why are you here?
I'm Alan Leonard Mosdale from Leeds, Yorkshire, living in a place called Wanji in Australia. I'm sitting here with me mate, Santa Claus, because this is what this season's all about, isn't it? Merry Christmas and all those usual attitudes or whatever. But with Christmas comes the act of giving, and yeah, well, I want to give something back. So if anyone can prove that they have got $200 or $150 to a registered charity, show me or Jappy proof, and I'll give you this belt.
Hang on a second. Let's get you back up on camera. We've been fiddling around here behind the scenes to get the Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah, let's get that on camera. Hang on a second. Bear with us. We click a few buttons and magically make that appear. Now you put this together one more time. Let's see that.
So here we go.
I think.
Very nice. Well,
yeah. Listen, I think
it's a good buckle.
Yeah. Okay. Look,
Well,
I think. Yeah. Here's
podcast.
Yeah. Market value, standard market value. You're saying is $200.
About $200. Well, in Australia anyway.
Okay. So, but Alan,
that's cheap because I'm sure you could pay more.
Alan, here's the thing: starting bids, because this is the way. Check out the campaign G Drive goodie list where you can find PDFs available. Have you clicked on that link yet?
Starting bid, $150.
Nonsense. No, $50.
$100 then.
No. $50, and we can take it from there. And actually, the campaign, the auction end of things, will continue on just to let people until the middle of January, coinciding with the Boxing Day, Boxing Day season community canvassing campaign that we're encouraging everyone out there to engage in. Did you guys pick up on that? How we have that structured, and how Tracy Joy Steele helped really kind of inspire us, in the sense that we were talking a couple of years ago. She might remember better than myself, there was a eureka kind of light that went off, hopefully in the same way that with talking about peer to peer, it makes it a little clearer for people how we selectively sponsor. But the campaign, the community neighborhood campaign, Boxing Day, St. Stephen's Feast Drive, you got the idea of the structure there, Alan, the way it's formatted?
Yeah, I do have the ideal, and it's basically a case of helping other people out.
Going door to door.
The only way I can work out to help out the way I can help out is by doing what I'm just doing. That's
not true. No, that's one way. That's one way, and you've done a great job, and we thank you.
Okay. Well, can I go up a level?
Well, what do you mean go up a level?
I mean, I will.
You mean the next one that you're going to customize is a saddle for a horse?
I will make another belt.
That would be real popular here in Colorado.
Horse saddle, yeah.
I will make another belt, custom designed, but I would like to see WPRPN on it. But I will make a custom belt. Same thing. Prove that you've given to a...
Show us the receipts. Hashtag show us the receipts. That's right.
Show us the receipts or whatever, or a video of you doing something good or something survey or whatever. Custom made belt. What are the length? And I'll send it anywhere in the world.
You'll cover the shipping costs too. Is that right?
And obviously, but
you cover the
shipping. Well, why not?
Well, I mean,
it's my gift.
There you go.
My little gift. Well, it's basically. The postage is giving money to the globalists, but that's beside the point. But someone will get to wear one of my leather belts or two leather belts now, and some charities would have got some value.
What do you expect?
How do you like me, mate?
What do you expect? And in return, you get what, Alan? What do you get in return? What do you want, Alan?
Anything.
What do you want?
I don't get anything.
You must want something. Everyone wants something.
I want peace, love, and a happy universe. Isn't that what we all want?
That's your game. That's it. That's your game. That's your angle.
Yeah, well, me and Santa Claus, we've had a bit of a conversation.
Okay.
And he's a pretty giving sort of character. And
right.
So, well, I thought I'd join in on that.
Well, didn't good old Saint Nick want something? Gaining, what did Saint Nick want back in the day?
What does he want? He wants everyone to be happy.
I guess so, yeah, right. Yeah, and this is a world in which, I mean, you can talk.
I remember as a kid, right, grew up being a kid, and Christmas was a magical time of year.
Sure was.
You get presents and stuff like that. I remember as a small kid and thinking, I really believed in Santa there for a while.
I still do.
And if there's any kids watching, I'm not saying Santa doesn't exist, because he does. Whoops. There's my little disclaimer.
I still believe, man. I'm an old dude, and I still believe. That's why. Yeah. Go ahead.
Santa is well, it's not a person. It's a mindset. I think.
Oh, how many F-bombs is it now for Alan? By the way, so there's more charity coming our way, more donations to the community collective, the potty mouth.
Did I do one again?
Roger, how many F-bombs are you counting? The frickin' you can get away with, but the full-blown fornication under the consent of the king? No. That's a bridge too far, matey. A bridge too far.
I think you're making it up, Jappy.
Guys, well, we got two other listeners here, among others, but just in the room.
Well, I'll shut up for a while now. But Merry Christmas, and be good to each other.
That sounds good to us. Thank you. So, very good. And as far as the format, the moving parts, a lot of people get confused sometimes. You guys have been around enough, though. You kind of, I think, are getting a little bit more of a feel and a handle on things. Why don't you lay it out there? Is there anything I missed out in presenting, unpacking, or basically, presenting to the public that we should have emphasized?
That I'm aware of.
Did it? Yeah, pretty much. Oh, anyone can be a part of this. Anyone can be a part of this at any level. That's the thing. Whether you take on a really take a really direct, highly engaged, hands-on role, whether you just like, comment, share, pass those links along to friends, family, and coworkers. If you want to do one, because we're pretty selfish little creatures. I'm not sure if you've noticed or not, folks. But we're selfish. And you can say, well, that's just for survival's sake. And yeah, I get that. But it's the one day of the year, or at least the one time of the year, where we can do something, even just the slightest little thing for somebody to help them out and not expect anything in return. Is that is that the Satanist angle? Is like if they're doing something, it's like, how can, what it's all about what they're getting out of it? Or do they act free of just pure of heart and mind? I really don't know, but anyways, in the meantime, we do have, I'll tell you what, speaking of which, you would think that Christians would be the biggest supporters of what we're doing here. They're not. In some regards they are, some extent, but the biggest financial donation we had, and we really could stand a little more on this front currently, was after a campaign wrapped up a couple of years ago, and the donation came to us. I'm not going to say via who, because they were once a kind of a central part of our operations here, but they came down with a really bad case of Trump derangement syndrome. And, we're not the biggest, in case anyone has really paid any attention to what we do here throughout the course of the year when we're presenting the news and general, the feature shows. I wouldn't say, I really honestly don't think we're the biggest cheerleaders or Trump boosters as, as things go. I consider myself, and actually the political compass comes up with the same results, that I'm more of a, well, I'm not going to say left, right, up, authoritarian or libertarian. I kind of have a feeling of where I stand, and political compass came up with a pretty decent, with the reading or take on things. So I'd encourage everyone out there to do it, along with the Myers-Briggs personality test. It's a 16 character personality test. And you find it online, it's free. Who knows if there's data mining involved or not? Probably is, but not as much as with your DNA when you the 23andMe nonsense. But that was interesting as well. So putting the two together, and you can take a stab, or try your best in maybe trying to nail down or guess where it was that what the results were. The reading that they had with me, it was quite interesting. It changed, actually. I did it twice, and it did shift somewhat from campaigner, surprise, surprise, ding, 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 to more recently conflict resolution. But as you can probably see, there's those two can work together hand in glove. And for the longest time, my dad would say, as when I was growing up as a kid, is like, he thought I was a people pleaser, I guess. Maybe just watching me, I guess observing me, watching me. He's like, geez, he always wants to make everybody happy for some reason. What's going on here? So, and he just said, like, you can't please everybody, and you try as you might, it's impossible. So, but there you go. And who wouldn't want to live in a happier world? Well, maybe the Mossad, I guess, clearly, or people that are, or endless order out of chaos, that crowd that we see really causing all sorts of mischief throughout the world endlessly. But most other people, and the big banks too, which is where most of our money goes, frankly, and why the economy is so, it's the point now, it's seriously overheating. But that's one of the reasons why we're stepping in here and just in our own little way. It's the pirate's might. Are you guys familiar with, out of the Bible, the widow's mite? And interestingly, ask that question, there's a similar story. It's not the only one. There's more than one parable, trust me, where in the Buddhist tradition you find the Christians, interestingly, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, incorporating the prodigal son. That's another from Buddhist to...
Aha.
Ah, yes, but, because there's more than that, too. And in fact, with, Buddhism having Alan Watts, the late, great Alan Watts, the 60s psychedelic Eastern mystic, British-born guru, he simply put it that Buddhism was a stripped-down version of Hinduism designed for export. He's someone who knew what he was talking about, and it did a great job. And even though it was hidden, they buried it. It was hidden in the northern jungles of India, so much occulted, covered up for so long, which Age of Apocalypse, folks, unveiling, revealing, and these things coming to light. The Brits, the engineers, the architects, the surveyors, the military, imperial occupiers of the Victorian era, that they came across a lot of really fascinating historical relics, but also important sites and locations that, as with the Middle East and the so-called Holy Land, which is a pretty bloody land too, blood-soaked, blood-drenched, that kind of helped to better, connect the dots, as it were. So, as far as the stories regarding these people, the Christ and the Buddha are concerned. But keep an eye, if you would, gentlemen, on the comment section end of things. We've got to work on getting a few things taken care of here behind the scenes. So take over. Why don't we hear from Tankman Ellen, then over to Roger out of Illinois. Where do things stand? Like, what do you see happening on your vantage point. What are your thoughts on the campaign so far? Have you checked out the auction items? I think you would agree there are a lot of moving parts here. Where can we go from here with only 3 days remaining? Have we lost Tank Man? Alan, Tank Man.
I'm here.
Well, that question was directed to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was the question again?
Oh, Roger, did you hear the question?
Yeah, I heard it.
Well, you're up then.
I mean, so far, the best I can say, since it's only like 3 days left, is, I mean, we're basically on a course. There's nothing that can really be changed by it. Just keep doing what we're doing, and hopefully it works out for the best,
What are we doing, Roger? Just to be clear, what are we doing?
We're reaching out to people, asking them to help their fellow man.
What about fellow woman?
We can help them too if they want help, but you know how that goes.
Oh, you're gonna get it now, especially if Sonia's out there listening. So, yeah. So she's not. I don't think she's feeling a little glum and down. I'm not sure what the deal is there, but Hey, speaking of Sonia, let's give her a shout out. And thank her for this picture that we're running with tonight. This go round, show segment number 8 of this year's World Pirate Radio Podcast Network, Operation Secret Santa. That's a mouthful, but can you guys manage it? WPRPN. You could shorten it, WPRPN's Operation Secret Santa 2025. Next year, what's it going to be? Anybody? Nobody?
Last year, I'd like to know how it's going this year. How's what feedback you got? Has anyone said they're going to do anything, or is anyone?
Hell yeah, of course. We got all kinds of things. How's your
feedback situation going?
We got all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to know because you don't tell us what's really happening.
Well, then ask directly.
What's really happening?
Everybody here is helping out with the live streaming end of things. We don't have enough in the way of cash donations or selective sponsoring going on, essentially. It's hardly enough time to catch my breath. But, all in good time. I didn't finish the story earlier where this $500 donation that came our way, I'm really bad at this. That's where I really asked that you guys kind of keep me in line. It's like, hey, Jaffe, you didn't finish your point. I got there's a real bad. Anyways, the point was just going back to our former friend and colleague who, because of the Trump derangement syndrome, remember we were talking about that. That it was $500 that he sent our way, just a couple days after we wrapped up our campaign a few years back, and that to this point has been the largest amount of. And we asked that he not do it, but he did it anyways, and that's all we can do. We'll ask one time, the people, and then if people insist, it's like, all right, fine. But we do not directly solicit, just to be clear. But if people insist, then that's we can't do much.
It's all about helping other people.
Well, and it will.
I just want to know: is other people is this working? Is basically what I'm saying.
Well, hell yeah, of course it is. People are
Santa.
Yeah, of course. It's not Secret Santa.
Well, people need to hear that, I think.
Well, it's not Secret Santa. They need to hear it's not Secret Santa. What is the campaign name?
well, that's a double thing, isn't it? Yeah. No, but it's good that it's actually working because let's face it, this time of year we all need. There's a lot of people that are lonely and sort of all sort of stuff.
Yes.
And Christmas is the time of coming together.
Yes, and that's a big part of what we're here to do is the outreach, charity, relief, and consciousness raising campaign because people as you say, they become isolated, and you hear time and again, it is the high mark, the high, the time of year where people statistically are, because of the depression and so forth, the bad situation they find themselves in, committing suicide. So that's the last thing we want. We want, and especially in the wake of this, there's a good example, the Reiner business, Reiner family. Anyone with that really seems to be or feel that they're struggling with either they're on medication or just generally struggling with mental health issues, which we all do. We're all mentally diseased, unless you're the Buddha, and you're caught. It's like you embody total, pure, undisturbed consciousness. There are little ripples that impact and affect us, which kind of end up being, no, I don't know why are you serious? What is that? That wasn't an hour already. Are you kidding me? Who the hell? And that's, what? That was because of Roger. One of the things we do here is we ask people to drop out. We do like a pre-show audio tech check and then ask people to drop out. But sometimes people don't. I think that might have been Roger who forgot to drop out. And because of that, the clock kept running and Teams cut us off. So let's see if we can get this restarted once again. He and, Alan, two Allens. Oh, the green. Oh, Sonia's got a green. Oh, Marcus too. DK conspiracy, but we're not gonna, we had some issues with him yesterday where he lost his, he lost his shit, essentially, is one way of putting it. I'd like to be a little more polite if I could, but it is what it is. He lost. People lose their shit. We take the piss, we bust people's balls, and you're free to bust mine, folks. Bust all of Jaffe's balls you want. Speaking of which, did you know?
Keep on trying.
Yeah.
I just I got a perfect comeback for that. Let me call Mythbusters.
Oh. Hey now.
I told you, man. I tried to explain it to him. I mean, you were being jovial yesterday. I mean, I can see where it was a slight, but I mean, it's an opportunity for him in order to bring one back. It wasn't a direct personal blow or anything like that.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, turkeys are on people's mind at this time of year. And he just simply happened to be a pretty good one at that point. And I tried to make a joke out of it. I says, I want mine with dressing.
Yeah.
I want the dressing. No, I was trying to sit there and push it along, but he dug in a little bit too deep. I'll admit that.
Yeah, we're not going to waste much time on this. That's just the way that he rolls. And it's ironic. You know what's ironic?
He's cool. It's just that he took it the wrong way.
You know what's every time. You know what's ironic is that, and he just come out from he told us from watching a marathon stand-up comedy session. Some Aussie commie. Maybe he's a commie too. That's a problem. But a comedian, and so you think people would it's lighten up, man. Just lighten up, and
if they really want to go for it, why not retro back to Jack Benny or something? Okay,
we tell you, these things are not meant, and these things are not what the shit that comes out of my mouth in no way should people take seriously when it's even allows the poor man's amateur hour comedy, zingers or what have you. That don't take it personally, folks. It's just we're doing our best here to add some value added content to the show. I think it was kind of funny. I think people out there in the listening, they might have got a kick out of the performance and the way it went down. And for anyone that saw that, I was just trying to goad him, get under his skin, because he's so easy to irritate. I think it's hilarious. So anyways, and hopefully it helps him to grow, but who knows? He needs, with enlightenment, you would just like water off a duck's back. But anyways, okay, Christmas and what we're doing. Hey, look, man, we're challenging. We're $50 for Stephanie Wilcox, $50, and we do more for people, including, music lessons, Alan, Korean English lessons. Have you checked out the auction PDFs, both in English and Korean? Just the English for you, obviously, but we have English and Korean language lessons. We have Korean cooking lessons. We have a whole host of things. We've got Krista, who's coming in with Reiki. Like, they can do this long distance, the mind intention. This stuff works, man. It's trippy. It is. Art Bell stopped doing it because it sort of freaked him out. But mind intention experiments where you come together as one mind. Nori Love practices this. People that have heard of Nori and Augie, of course, broadcast Team Alpha, give them a shout out. And it's powerful stuff. So if you come together with and producing a thought intention experiment, and you visualize and guide your energy along to where, like, for example, Angel Espino down in Miami, he has thyroid cancer currently. Hello? What are we? Easy. Oh, you're talking to your dog. That's why we're going to mute you out. Okay. Because, So Angel's got thyroid cancer down in Miami. I think it'd be great. I'd love to before we wrap up the campaign, offer him, you say thoughts and prayers. Well, this is very direct thought, intention, experiment, the energy, healing, loving, kind, and we'll see what happens. So he's been struggling with health issues in a big way. And, we have helped him out on the monetary front in the past, but I just don't think we can manage it this year because our donations that came to us throughout the course of 2025 were not all that impressive, actually. And I'm not sure if it was because of just the way that we put our content together, or people, our audience members, people who listen to us, are not of able means for the majority. But we're challenging all of our listeners to meet or beat the amount that we are putting out in support of people like, Angel's a little different. It's a thought intention experiment. $50 for Stephanie Wilcox and her family, disabled vet husband, 3 autistic, I think they're girls, Harpersville, New York. And, show up if you could meet, and show up with food. She was open to that. Clothing, kids are growing, blankets, medical, basic household items, medical supplies, just whatever they're on the, in need of, toilet paper, towels, you name it, just basic utilities, soap. Operation Safe Winter. Who is it that looked into Operation Safe Winter? Was it Roger or Alan yesterday? Tankman, I think, might have done that. Is that right? It's been running now for some time. The so-called anonymous community oversee this, or have launched this, and we'd like to, and we have in the past. We haven't been overly successful in connecting with them as of late, just for whatever reason, but it's a great job, a great campaign that they're running. So, and shout out to Pirate Larry, the late great Pirate Larry, who, I don't know, Ozzy Allen, did you ever meet Pirate Larry? You remember him out of Los Angeles? His kids work in one of his kids work in Hollywood. So, as you can imagine.
I think I did. Yes, I think we did have a chat there early in the piece.
The old hippie poet.
When did he pass?
Oh gosh, that was it's got to be like a couple of years ago now, basically.
Yeah. Well, I've been around for a couple of years,
but
it would have been early when I came on board, shall we say?
Yeah.
But I do remember. Yeah.
And
having a bit of a chat there once upon a time.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, mate, he was a bit of a legend, wasn't he?
Oh man, but yes, but it's also said that it's I've been told it's better to be remembered more as a myth than a legend, and to be known as.
I think you're missing the point.
What's that?
I think you're missing the point.
What's the point?
Don't worry, I'm just trying to be funny. Not working, is it?
I don't quite get it. Does anyone get it? Missing the point? Myth? No, really.
Yeah,
Myth.
it must be an Australian thing.
Oh, okay. Perhaps, yeah, it could be. But I get it. Like,
if anything, if something fails, you blame your culture.
Oh, jeez.
That's what most people do. Well, there's a few cultures that do strange things. Anyway, let's not go there.
It's a poor man. Thank you, Audi Excelsior, for your support. We just heard there via Minds chiming in. I'm sure that came through via the OBS. So great picture of Van Morrison, This Little Light of Mine. And I'm, meeting him, I don't see auras or halos, but with him, I swear to God, when I turned around in the hotel lobby, the Chase Hotel in Ross on Wye, and there was this burst of energy from his shoulders up to around his head, like an aura light burst of energy. White, just kind of intense, very amazing, beautiful, which, I mean, it wasn't like I planned that, obviously, but that's what was seen. So, and then there was more to the story than that. We're not going to get into it right now, trying to keep the focus on Yule, Christmas, Noel, however people choose to look at things. We're multitasking here over on Facebook as well, trying to get some links out, a little more on the link front. Keeping an eye on the comment section as well. Show segment number 8 of this year's. Here's how it goes now, folks. World Pirate Radio Podcast Network, or just simply, if you want to keep it short, WPRPN's Operation Secret Santa 2025. That's it. It's not Secret Santa. There's one thing that annoys me. It's like, your Secret Santa, but it's not a Secret Santa. It's WPRPN's apostrophe Operation Secrets. Operations is pivotal. It's a campaign, and we're outward looking, not this inward stuff. More self-interested. It's completely giving to the world as best we can. The pirate's might, once again, circling back to that. Are you guys up? Do you know the story of the widow's mite? I think it's the New Testament, and this is something, once again, as it goes back, you find it. Oh
no,
it's the Buddhist story as well too. Roger he's a kind of an esoteric hermetic student of hermeticism and so forth, that he could find it. But you guys have no idea. Well,
what are you looking for again?
Well, look it up. You're good at this. We'll bring it on screen. The widow's mite, and then you can also see widow's mite. And do you know how mite is spelled?
MITE.
That's right. Do you know what the mite was? Is it like strength?
It's a bunch of little creatures that crawl up your body and cause you pain and frustration.
Well, that could be in your case, perhaps. What we're looking at here it was an ancient coin of sorts, I guess. It was like a coin, like a doubloon.
Yeah, it was it's 2 small coins, actually, mites and lepta.
Oh, mites. Lipted?
Lepta.
Interesting. So, and you also, the play on words, the synonym, or rather the homonym, MIGHT, like strength. So that's interesting. Maybe that word came from, perhaps it kind of split off from initially, it's like I have all the right might necessary to get the job done. Here you go. And you'd lay your coins down. Oh boy, there's the wandering star. The three wise men from the east. Like to get more into that. Roger, hope you're going to be around. Now, tomorrow night, it's going to be an early morning start for people too out in the west. But then on the last day, we're going to be here at the same time. Christmas Day here in South Korea, 1 p.m., which will be, as it typically is, 8 p.m. out on the West Coast, Los Angeles, Vancouver, Seattle, Baja, Mexico. Rest in peace, Pirate Larry. Heritas de Dios. Will not be forgotten. And the East, of course, 11 in the evening, New York, Montreal, Miami, tomorrow night. So 36 hours from now. So let's get this straight. 36 hours from now, and then this is on, by God, this will be the 24th here in South Korea. It's what be the morning of the 24th in the West, the evening here, 24th, Korean time 11:30. Those of you listening via Tokyo and Seoul. Christmas Day, we're going to be returning back just to wrap things up with the grand finale, 1 p.m. here once again, as we said, and 8 or 11, depending on where you're based out via the Americas. Then Christmas Day, and then we're going to encourage everyone. We're going to stop live streaming, take a break, because it is a telethon or it's a marathon. We really have to pace ourselves, and I think we've managed to. This point, it's amazing. I haven't got sick this year either. I don't know if you guys remember or not. Roger Allen, Ozzy Allen, and there's that lady from Gaza, the young lady, the reporter. Don't let me forget. We're seeing on the slideshow. Alan Watt, host, the late great host of Cutting Through the Matrix, along with his dog Hamish. Love those two. Sent them $100 back in the day, actually. And he fully deserved it. He really did. And how he died was quite peculiar. We'll leave that to the side for now, though. Maybe pick up on that in the new year. We got Preston Dennett coming away here, hopefully, speaking of the new year. The quite renowned ufologist who we had some scheduling issues with. Actually, his computer, he told us, it crashed right after it looks like he did an interview with, interestingly, someone who's a little bit, speaking of, mental wellness. This is why I practice meditation too. You look at the words meditation and medication. There's a reason, it's like language is coded, folks. And the question is, one of the questions, who does the coding? Who's programming us? But you just got that one consonant that you switch around from the free and natural holistic approach to, with medication, the you've got the Rockefeller way of doing things with what do you call the petrochemical poisons that they so readily supply to the world. But once again, we got Gaza going on, and want to talk about that a little more here in just a few moments, because we're selectively sponsoring them. Got to get that clear with the blue check mark business. They've been back in touch with us, which is good. That's a good sign. And we're talking about, wanting to do a either live in real time or behind the scenes. Either way, they're going through a horrific weather winter at present, and I think Alan Tankman we brought up the weather warfare weaponry that has been around now since the late 70s was when the treaty, the so-called treaty, World Weather Warfare Treaty, was signed at the UN in Geneva. They ratified it in 1977, but it basically does nothing for, while you are required under the treaty not to target fellow nation states, that you can have as much fun in messing with the weather so that it makes your own citizens' lives as miserable as you want to. That's the way that they do things, folks. That's what we're up against. If you want to look for an adversary, I won't go so far as to say enemy, but adversary, yes, and something that needs to be more transparent and exposed in this current age of apocalypse and unveiling, the revealing of what has been deployed and how we're being targeted, then look no further than that. So, but anyways, I'll leave it there. I'm not sure what, because I got to do some multitasking here. What was there anything that others would like to chime in with or offer as far as their thoughts, or what more we could do, just filling in the blanks here, of course, and for clarification's sake of what the heck we've actually got going on here, how it's been going, where it's headed, what people are doing. I mean, let's challenge more people out there to get involved, especially the Christians. I'm a little disappointed, Hashtag,
especially those on YouTube, because apparently YouTube's working now.
Our YouTube, I guess. Yeah, if that's what you mean. Yeah.
YouTube or whatever they call it.
But actually, now that you mention it, you got me thinking there. Do you know, because like Alex Jones, I mean, all these people, Tucker Carlson, I'll give a bit of a pass, not really, but something because of his recent visit to Qatar. But, we've got all these people, Steven Crowder, Candace Owens. She does a great job in her own way, obviously, in calling the bastards out. But, these high profile, I don't know where Tim Pool stands as far as what he self-identifies with. And I think that's the operative word here, how people self-identify. Because it's one thing to
they identify with whoever pays them.
Exactly. There you go. That's right. So it's to self-identify is one thing. It's actually to embody the spirit and to walk the talk as per, how, like in the Islamic tradition, for example, you're expected to, and this is where it gets creepy, you're expected to be just like Muhammad was, the pedophile Muhammad, and the warlord pedophile.
That's a bit creepy, isn't it?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of good, kind-hearted, decent Muslims out there, but there's also that warlord, jihadi, pedophile part of the whole institution that.
Yeah, the thing is really, Jeffy, though, there's bad bastards on both sides, or all sides, should I say. And but actually, we, us good guys, are the majority. I'm pretty sure. There's a lot of bad guys out there on all ways, shapes, or forms. But
yeah, I was about to say, I mean, does that mean that we ignore the Christians and their hypocrisy? Do we ignore the Muslims?
That's right, Alan. That's right.
What we're fighting is hypocrisy.
That's right.
And it inundates everywhere.
That's the operative word. How many times did Christ use that word in the New Testament? Hypocrisy. I checked out Born Again, and it's 34, 35 times, and then they try to spin it in a way that suits their agenda. But I mean, come on, Born Again. Hello.
Stereotyping. That's when we start stereotyping, and that's when it actually works the most. Because we're stereotyping a group of people instead of actually going after the guilty.
You lost me there. What do you mean exactly?
Well, if you stereotype 100 people that are innocent and doesn't do that, only because one of them does, and then you sit there and you come down on the 100 people, you just sit there and destroyed the actual person. You gave him walking room because there's 100 other people that'll say you're wrong. Okay, it's stereotyping, and that's how this hate has been allowed. Yeah, I can't find a Chinese person. Oh, the Chinks or the Wops or whatever. There's good people and there's hypocrites. Okay, it doesn't matter what stereotype you choose. You're going to choose the thing that destroys that stereotype is the hypocrisy. Okay, and it's only a couple of individuals doing that. I mean, take a look. Only thing we got to do is say German. What do you think? Hitler.
Right.
It's
right.
because of our own hypocrisy. We eliminate the hypocrisy. 90% of these red flags disappear. The lie disappears. Why? Because nobody is lying about it.
Okay, yeah. Big shout out here to Sonia Galactic, who she's sharing. We're gonna get a Secret Santa T-shirt up here on the live stream. We're also, let's open up the treasure chest box over on D Live too. Mark, courtesy of Drigas Productions. Shout out to him. Thanks for dropping by. WDRN Fort Collins Radio TV. I wonder who that could be.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah. So, but we're gonna bring up the T-shirt here. We'd like to see. It'd be great for a coffee mug as well. All proceeds going to the campaign, obviously, to help replenish, our depleted coffers, so that we can. It's $100 to Gaza is what we pledged, and we're challenging all others to meet or beat that amount, and we're working on vetting them. Essentially, we encourage everyone to do the same. Obviously, selectively sponsor. You vet these people that you're backing, and them and their causes. So Operation Secret Santa, she's got it nailed there, got it right, trademark in place, and this is pretty cool. That works. So that works well enough there. There you go. WPRPN.com. But that's part of her handiwork. I think it's just lovely. It's beautiful. We had to talk about, is this a schooner, or it looks more like a galley, perhaps, not a galleon, which is more of a warship from what I understand. But there we go. And we should get that, I suppose, we'll share it in the live link end of things. We have other items available as well, as far as pirate swag is concerned. So why don't we pull that up here while we're dropping by galacticfire.com, and encourage everyone else to check it out. Of course, that's where Sonia calls home, and she puts out all these great products like Thieves in the Night. Robert Morningstar wasn't really down with that, although he then backtracked, I guess, or had a change of heart, or forgot what he said. Not sure, but it's like, why? It's like, well, because that's what Jesus said. It's like, well, this is poetry in motion, man. Come on, steady as she goes. World Pirate Radio Podcast Network. She came up with these two on her own, basically. So pretty cool items. Got the coffee mugs there. Be great to get a Christmas coffee mug. We're just so swamped with things to do here that it's hard to get all these bases covered. 6 folks, half a dozen people over on between YouTube, I guess, and Facebook. That's good to see. And just as many on D Live as well. So with a number of lurkers, always got those lurkers in our midst. Mark, once again from Drigas Productions, thank you. I guess, not sure, he might be too preoccupied and not being able to drop by. We're gonna head over though to D Live and open up the treasure chest here and unleash. Go ahead.
D Live's been offline for a while.
Oh man, for you too?
Yeah, I put it in chat about 3 days ago.
No, for you, but your live stream, like when you're working on D Live, or other people having problems with D Live, or just us? Don't know. Silence.
Can you see D Live from where you are?
It's not loading. It's not loading worth a damn right now.
Because it's offline.
What the whole like it's just waiting when
I broadcast a D Live all the time, but I never know if it's going through. I never check the page.
You're not on D Live, but unless you're on YouTube.
Yeah. So, but I'm not sure that CHI Inc. Comment. Even though I'll throw that there sometimes too. That comment. They can pick at anything, those bastards. It's like, oh, you got this, that. It's like, this is a violation of our terms of service, our community guidelines. It's just crap because they never tell you what it is.
They gave me a strike. They gave me a strike for showing 1970s children's toys because it looked like a gun. Meanwhile, I can go and find people firing guns all over the place.
Oh yeah, you can send like coverage from the battlefront and from the Ukraine, of course, you would imagine, right? And then the carnage in Gaza. So, anyways, we'll dive headlong into that come 2026, obviously. But we've only got 3 days here to work on things, and it's a bit they've kneecapped us here. They're cock blocking over on D Live. We can't even open up the treasure chest. So and that's really unfortunate, what we're seeing there. So it's really bizarre, man. Really bizarre. Go figure. We're still online, and that's the way it goes sometimes. Is that or is it something on our end, or is it D Live itself? I really couldn't tell you, but it is what it is. So, and if anyone out there listening, if you're having problems, I guess YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, I think those are the only 3 places right now where we are live streaming. Actually, our options are limited. Roger, you're thinking of helping us out in the new year, is that right?